So I hear people talking about regenerative agriculture a lot as a potential solution for climate change and whatnot, but regenerative agriculture is hard, right? It's not something that is going to change the world on a carbon basis. It takes a lot of work to farm even, an acre regeneratively. And someone doing it has to be very, very involved. They have to live out there and be constantly vigilant of their crops and their process to ensure that they are able to grow anything. It's just a much more difficult way to grow. And when you look around this property, you see a whole lot of, quote unquote farmers that I never see out in the field. I do they farm? They sit in a tractor and they drive around, they till, they spray, they run numbers, but are they really farming? I'm not one to judge them, but what I'm thinking is that they're not doing the kind of farming that should be done for our society, because we're all sick, we're getting sicker, we're all going crazy because we don't have purpose, we don't have meaning in life. And there's a simple solution to all of that in my mind, which is to reorganize the way we develop our societies. Move away from this single family home mindset where they just take a farm like this and then they plow everything up, raise it, and then just build plots for people to put their coffins of wood and stone. What if we were to develop a little bit differently? What if we were to focus our development on regenerating the land first, making it productive, and then inviting people out who would like to live a life that is a more biblical kind of life, something that's a little bit more off-grid, more self-sufficient. That, I believe, is one way that we could develop that we should, because there aren't as many children being born. There are a lot of people that are getting too old to work. We're going to have to find a way to provide for these younger generations to live a fulfilling life, because they're going to be overtaken by artificial intelligence, quantum computing. These changes are going to be hitting us so fast that people are going to become lost. They're going to become lost in the metaverse or whatever, and they're not going to realize that God gave us a metaverse to operate in here. He gave us the capacity to program our reality. And people are going to get lost, and that's going to be the downfall of our civilization, I believe. And so we have to find a way to prevent that from happening. We have to create places that are just full of wonder and beauty that people can come to and see and be like, oh my gosh, like this is incredible. Like, why can't I live at a place like this? Why can't I live a life of self-sufficiency where I see something new growing every single day? A life of novelty, a life of meaning and purpose. But I don't think that can be accomplished with our current developmental models. And so Shiloh, it's an experiment because I want to test an idea. I think that if I tokenize this land, invite people to come out and participate in the development of a communal farm, and then give them ownership rights of a certain plot of soil, they'll own the production of that soil, if not the actual soil itself to build upon, for instance. It's not going to be easy to build out here. That's why this place is specifically designed well for this experiment. But we want to bring people into participation with the process of growth. And so Shiloh, it's really an idea. It's a call to God to help us figure out a better way of moving forward, a way that's more aligned with His values that He gave us in the books of Moses, and live a more healthy life where we can enjoy His works instead of being confined into this false reality that our society has kind of created for us. We want to introduce people to what it could be like. How good can life can be? We know we live in a simulation. most people already understand that. The government knows it, and now that everybody seems to know it, the government is just going to do whatever they want because they believe that they control the simulation. I know that they don't. God controls the simulation, and God manages his simulation based on what we ask of him, our prayers. So prayer is actually the most powerful tool next to teshuvah that we have in the universe. Through prayer, we can ask God how we would like to see our reality transformed, and then he does his work in the background to begin to make that happen. And so Shiloh is this experiment to see, will this kind of thing work? What kind of challenges are we going to have? Because if we can conduct it successfully on this 65 acres, it could be broadcast to the entire world. This is a developmental model that I believe will work. It takes faith, and it takes some trust in one another, and then also it takes, a set of laws and people upholding those laws within the community of people that come and get involved in this experiment. So more to come about Shiloh. I'm still working out a few things, but I think that I'm just kind of beating around the bush at this point. I just need to launch the idea out there, see what happens. I know God is listening, but I'm just hoping that the rest of the world can be as well. Take care.